Welcome everybody to Who's Your Band. I am Jeffrey Paul. I'm joined by Sean Morton. How are you, Sean?
Jeff, I'm lounging today.
Sean, I got to say something before we get started.
Yeah, let's hear it.
You did a tremendous job on Saturday night hosting the pediatric cancer fundraiser. We
Jeff, I
had
had to go back. I had to go back a little ways because me being a national headliner now, I had to go back to my roots and host like I used to do 15 years ago. And I'm gonna say it's gonna be hard to find a host as good as me. I got
Let
my
me tell you,
chops.
you're a national headliner, like the way you're in the same shape as our guest today. Okay. No, but you really knocked it out of the park.
A
People
lot
loved you.
of
They're
fun.
still talking
A lot
about
of
it.
fun, man. A lot of
You know,
fun. It was good getting back to
you,
hosting. I do like doing it once in a while.
yeah, you, Vanessa Hollinshead, Brian Scott McFadden were on the show. Joe Fernandez. It was a great show,
We don't
but
talk about the people who bombed. Just the three of us.
you're such an
The
asshole.
others.
He texted me and said, "So I'm so sorry I had to run." I was like, "I'm not. You sucked." I have no problem saying that. Plus, my edibles are kicking in too, Jeff, which is another great reason
This
why
is going to be an interesting show then.
it's be great.
And then we get to work together this weekend with me, you, Bob Levy, and a couple of other comics. So this is going to be a good one too. But today, I've been wanting to get this guy on the show. I'm going to say for over a year.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, because he's really one of my favorite comics. When I he's not going to remember it because you don't remember anything. But he's
Oh, hold on. Before you say I ain't gonna remember it, he said he been trying to get me on this motherfucker for a year. He just told me last night the first time ever. Never knew he had a podcast.
Oh, dude, be grateful. Be grateful. I'm dealing with 2.5 years of this bullshit, Kareem.
Yeah. I've been trying to get him on a year. He just mentioned it the other night. I said yes.
I listen. I've been wanting to get you on, but I mean, listen, things happen.
You just didn't mention it to me. Okay, thank you.
Kareem, we get bigger guests and big stars on the show, and but listen, the voice you heard, he's a comic, he's an actor. You've seen him on Flatbush Misdemeanors on Showtime. Give it up for the very funny Mr. Kareem Green. How are you, Kareem?
I'm good in you, bro.
Listen,
Thanks for having me.
listen, my pleasure. The first time you and I met,
Uh-huh.
we were driving down to Delaware to do a show down there. Do you remember?
Oh yeah,
I never met
oh,
you.
wow.
You never met me, and we were in a car for over 3 hours. We never put on the radio, and we talked the whole time, man. And I fucking love this guy because you're like a real guy. You're a
Thank you,
real
bro.
person, man. And I really, and if I remember that show, you also absolutely annihilated the room. They loved you. So,
Yeah, I had a good time. I
but
think it
let's
was good, but did I say something about Trump and they got a little funky? Was he
no,
on that one?
no. I don't think Trump was a thing at that time.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
No, it never got funky. It never got funky. It
Okay.
was there was no funk, no
Now, when
key,
I say
nothing.
funk, when you say something about sometimes a politician, people just shut down. They just shut down. They been loving
No,
you.
that's a,
Go ahead.
I don't get that. I don't get that type of thinking. Where it's like everyone doesn't have to have the same point of view and same opinion.
No, well, we know that as comics, but audience members, they just think they need to agree with you.
They do.
Yeah,
But
that's
let's
true.
talk about you because you've been on. Okay, so our guest here. I mean, he is a big deal. He's been on BET's Comic View. He's been on Comedy Central. You've seen him on Access Live. Gotham, HBO. I mean, that's just to name a few. So, Kareem, let's go back. Where did it all start for you? How did you get to that point?
Um, well, comedy started for me just I wanted to do it. At first, I didn't even know what the fuck I wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I'm sorry. Am I not supposed to curse? I don't know.
You can, yeah,
Say
yes.
whatever the fuck you want.
Oh yeah, okay. Because I'm spitting out. So either way, but comedy, I didn't know I wanted to do it. I was funny. I liked being funny, but I didn't. It didn't register to me. Right? It's like something you do. You don't think. I never just thought about being a comedian. That was just something I saw people do, but never thought it was a thing. I don't know why. But when I was young, I always saw myself on the couch getting interviewed. I didn't know what for in my mind, right? Like, but I decided I kept getting fired from my job. So I said, I got to figure something out. Because I used to have to talk myself out the bed. Kareem, you need this job. You need this money. Get up every morning, right? Then I get
What
on
kind
the
of
train.
jobs did you have?
How many?
What kind of jobs did you have?
One, I worked at a life insurance company, like Amalgamated Life. It's not far from this, not far from right on Broadway downtown, Soho. Then there's NoHo, it's called NoHo. Then there's Amalgamated Life. I did messengering. I was a porter. I did what was the other thing? I was porter, and the rest it's just a lot of odd jobs. A lot of odd jobs. Nothing really locked in that much. The Amalgamated Life, that was my like job. But nothing
Did
that
you like it?
no, I ain't like none of that. I mean, at the beginning, I liked it. In the beginning, I liked the Amalgamated Life because you're learning. Anything when I'm learning new stuff is dope. But then when it comes to repetitions, it's boring.
It got boring, right?
Yeah, that I know all this stuff already. And then they gave me a raise because I got a raise quick, and it was like 50 cents. I was like, I don't know. People like, I got a raise. It was a quarter. In my mind, when I was young, I was like, that's ridiculous. Who gives a person a quarter, right? So either way, I decided. I said I got to figure something out because I kept getting, he was like, "You're doing so good," and I don't know what happened, right? And then because I just stopped, I used up all my.
You lose when you're bored. You start to lose motivation.
Oh
Like
yeah,
it's not like you're the type of guy from what I know of you. You need to be challenged. If you're not challenged, you're gonna like zone out. That's it. It's not for you.
But challenge was something interesting that I think is interesting, right? Like anything can be a challenge, but it got to be something interesting. Like how does that work? Well, but that's the thing about comedy. It's always new. Even
That's
though
right.
you put kind of the same jokes, there's a new audience, different energies, right? Like sometimes the audience is all together and good. Sometimes they're all together and bad. Sometimes half is good, half is bad. Is what I'm saying? So you're always getting a different, and you always figuring that out, and you got jokes. You're like, oh, I ain't gonna do that one. They ain't ready for that. But I got into comedy because I just said I gotta figure. I came to a bringer show. I was the only one who came. It was a bringer show, and I'm the only one who showed up. I was the
How
only
old were you?
around 22.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you got into it much earlier.
Oh no, 22. But that was a good age. 22 is that's a good, but when you hear somebody like a Chappelle at 14, you're like, damn, why didn't I start then? Anytime you hear anybody who starts something new, you be like, damn, why didn't I start then? Well, so either way, I went down to an open mic, not an open mic, it was a bringer show at a club, the Urban Club. And I was the only person to bring people. And I brought 7 people. The rest was comics, but there was comics from Def Jam. And I went on stage, and the lady, she was a little drunk. She heckled me at first, and then at the end, it was only like 5 minutes or whatever. But then she was loving me, right? And then all the comics had their hand out at the end of my set, and some of them I recognized from Def Jam, and that's like Black people's premium Berlin. Right? So I was like, and I was like, oh my, that was the beginning. And after that, I bombed for about a year and a half. I mean, like straight bomb every day. Straight bomb every day.
But you kept going because you loved it.
Kept coming back. I got a boo joke, but that boo joke's come from someone telling me, yo, they walked up to me dead in my face, yo, you need to just quit. Wow. Dead in my face. Right?
But it happened to me a month ago.
Huh?
That happened to me a month ago.
Yeah, it don't ever end.
No. The bitch goes, I hope you have a day job.
Yes.
This is exactly what she told me. It's like, you motherfucker.
But that's how bold they get. Like, say if all of us together, you do good, we don't do good, they be like, yo, great job, you was amazing. They just look at us and walk. So either way, it was hard. But I just kept going because I just this is one of the things I always felt like I could do no matter what. I don't know why. Out of other things, I play basketball, I play football. That was fun. But and I like it. I'm an athletic guy. But something about comedy, I like, no, I can do this. Even though I was balling, I can do this. Because I made people laugh before comedy like I was a comedian. Like in some real, like, yo, you stop it. So I just had to figure out how to do it on stage,
So did you have someone or some event that inspired you growing up? Like you said, like you needed to be successful, that you needed to go on comedy. Like did you watch something? Did somebody get into your ear? It's something like that.
No, no one, nothing. But people told me like when I make them laugh, they should be like, you should be on Def Jam, right? Sometimes. But I never had nobody, nothing that I was like, ooh, I'm gonna be a comic. I just, as I said, when I had that job, these jobs I was losing, I kept getting fired, right? And I had to figure something out. Hating getting up in the morning, hating getting on the train, and seeing people's face. Everybody was miserable on the way to where they going in the morning. And I was like, I do not want to be. Oh my god, I don't want to be this person, right? Because that's your life. You get on the train every day, man, upset.
Absolutely.
Every day. I don't want that shit. So either way, when I got I had that conversation with myself and I said, what do I like to do? I said, I love to make people laugh. And I said, let me try that. And at the time too, I was in you remember, I don't know if you know TCI, I don't know if it's still there. You know TCI? Technical
What's TCI?
Institute. Technical Career Institute. They used to do commercials.
Oh, of course. Yes. That was
TCI.
like on 30-something Street by the Garden.
Yes, it's across the street from the Garden.
Of course, yeah.
Post office.
I know exactly where it is. Yep, it was on that side street.
Yeah, so I was going there. I had a B average. I was doing all right, doing some computer stuff. But then when I got the job, I had the job and I was doing that. But then when I started comedy, everything else fell by the wayside. I just, So, but back to your question, I didn't. No one really told me anything. I just had that conversation with myself. I talk to myself a lot.
between high school, you grew up in New York?
Yeah.
Okay, so between high school and 22, when you get into comedy, is it a, obviously you're trying to find yourself. That's an age when people try and find themselves. And in your bio, it says you were an unsuccessful criminal. Did you run with a rough crowd, or did you do some stuff that got you in trouble?
I was a knucklehead, but towards the end of my knuckleheadism, right? I say knucklehead because it's more like I did what I want, rebel kind of the guy. But there was a part where, I had a baby, and I was doing construction. I used to do that too. I used to do sheetrock, drywall.
Yeah. Yep, I did it too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Demolition. Wow.
Yep.
So when I was doing that, I think I had lost that job, and I was just like, yo, I gotta figure something out, whatever. But I had my own apartment. Oh, I grew up the thing is, from 9 to 21, I grew up in foster homes.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah.
Right. So
9 to 21?
9 to 21. I went in
Okay.
when I was 9 years old. And 21. And then my mom, and then around in 21, you like age out.
Right.
So I had my apartment. And I forgot what the question was. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the question was,
was I a knucklehead?
You're kind of a knucklehead, and
I was cutting the hair out my apartment because I had lost a job. I was cutting my hair out my apartment. Some dude comes and
who are you, Kenny Warren?
I'm just nice. But what happened? I learned to cut my hair because I used to cut my hair in the summer, and every time I mess up, I just cut a baldy. And by the time school came, I could cut my hair. So either way, so I was cutting people's hair in my apartment, and some dude comes in. I call him the devil because it was just like I was in desperation, and it's like that evil shit comes to you. So he's like, "Yo, man, wants to make some money?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, come out. We're gonna do the thing. All you got to do, you just hold the money." I think that's what he told me at first. I was like, "All right." So I go to hold. I get out there. I got drugged, so I wasn't holding money. So he swapped it up on me. So he started holding the money.
Wait, I can't believe a robber would lie to you. That's
yeah.
You don't see that coming.
He fresh out of prison. He's like, "You're gonna just hold him. All you gotta do." No, he didn't say hold the money. All you gotta do is look out. That's what he said. Of course, anybody can look out. But he take these, and he give me these, this, that. Oh, so now I'm selling. I was actually on 8th Avenue, up on 8th Avenue, not far from where we play at 46 and 8th, right around that area.
Right.
And when I say I was awful, because one time a crackhead, he's like, "Let me get 2. I give him 2, and he go, "You're not supposed to be selling this, right?" I was like, "I ain't sell you nothing," and then I ran, right, because I thought he was a cop. I was like, I ran. I thought he was a cop. I come back, that motherfucker gone. So he just got me. So, I just sucked at it. And then another time, the police ran up on me in a cab. But that was my last. That was when I dropped it, and that was it. I walked away.
Is that what scared you a little bit?
Yeah, no. First, I got arrested. And after I got arrested, I came home. I didn't do no long time. You don't get out on R&R. I got arrested. I came home, and then I was back out on the street. And he's like, "All right, you ain't gotta do much." He's same shit again. So I had the drugs. He had the money. But then he was like, "Look, I'm gonna give you the money. It's kind of hot. I don't want to have none of this shit on me, whatever." And then, as he was gonna do that, the police came up in a cab, in an unmarked yellow cab, pulled up, and then I had him in. I don't know if you remember Lifesavers holes. Is this thing called
of course.
Hole.
Yeah,
I used to have them all in there. So I had him in a Lifesavers hole in my hand, like right here. And then as soon as they came, I just opened my hand, and it fell. And he had the money on him. So when they came, they checked me. I didn't have nothing. He had the money. They looked around. They found the drugs. That's what they was dealing with. I left.
But you never got convicted or anything, right?
Oh yeah, I got caught the first time. Remember, I told you I got arrested the first time.
Right, but an arrest isn't the same as a conviction. Arrest doesn't go on your record. A conviction goes on your record.
Yeah, I was convicted.
You were.
I pleaded guilty, I guess. Yeah, because I was on probation.
Oh, all right. So
yeah, I was on probation for like, was it 5 years, 3 to 5 years? So I think it was.
Yeah,
3.
that's in lieu of jail.
I think it was 3. Huh?
That's in lieu of jail. Instead of going to jail, you get probation.
Yeah, instead of going to jail. Yeah, but I had to go and do. What was it? You stick your hand in the machine. It was a fingerprint machine. Like check in. I didn't have like a probation officer though. So you stick your hand.
I love when I hear people like tell us stories like, I got caught with drugs on me. Oh yeah, I beat the shit out of this dude. I did time. Well, I got arrested for a fucking unpaid parking ticket.
Yeah, it'd be the
little cool fucking story. I don't have a cool. But I mean, the only thing that was bad was they had no. It was like one of those old-fashioned police cars that had no place for your legs in the back seat. So my fat ass had to lay down on my fucking hands.
I thought you was in there doing this shit.
Yeah, no, it was. I'm like for a fucking parking ticket, dude. I have to lay on my ass like this. I'm like, can you take the cuffs off? No. Man.
Why'd they arrest you for a parking ticket? You didn't pay it?
You must have had a lot.
Yeah, obviously I didn't pay it, and then it came to my house.
Oh shit!
It came to your house.
Came to my fucking house.
You live in New York?
No, in Jersey.
Oh, man. Oh, maybe that's why.
Whatever.
They come to your house of all parking ticket, but
for a parking, it was it was an expensive ticket, but
it was a few $100s.
It was a couple $100. With all the fines and shit, it was a couple $100. But then, like, I was young. I was probably like 19. I was nothing. I was like, hey ma, listen, this cop's gonna take me to jail. Can you follow him in the car and bail me the fuck out?
What a pussy thing to get arrested for.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's a shitty thing. I mean,
yeah, that shit is. I got arrested, but prior to that, it was like, I'm not hopping the train. What I got arrested for? I got arrested for some other shit too. Oh, maybe like driving without a license type shit. License suspended.
Oh, yeah, that's a bad one.
They tricked my.
I got pulled over twice with a suspended license, and they let me go.
I got a few, but they were like, "Hey," they pulled me over. I don't know what was wrong with my car, whatever. And then they was like, I was outside, and they were like, "Hey, everything seems pretty cool." They goes, "Huh?" I think they're gonna hand me my ID, and they put the cuffs on me. Clack. I was like, "Oh shit!" They was like, "Yeah, you go. Yeah, you got a warrant." So I guess they thought they didn't want me to be a problem. I guess so they put that shit on me. But yeah, I caught a few arrests before. One time I got I didn't get arrested. I was driving drunk. This is why I can't be as mad at the police as everybody else. Because they've been good. I ain't lying. They've been let me go. I was driving. And I was completely guilty, right? I was driving. I was drunk. I was on the it's called the BQE, right? It's called something out now. Jackie Robinson now. But BQE Jackie Robinson. I'm driving home drunk as shit, right? And I'm so drunk that I thought that I see the sirens in the back. I thought it was in an ambulance. So I keep moving to the side, like, trying to give them the space to go past me.
And they're going behind you.
Yeah, they keep coming. What's wrong with you? Right? So then they pull up next to me. They pull up next to me and be like, pull this shit over. And I was between Brooklyn and Queens, right?
Yeah.
I was in Brooklyn. I was like, I'm not stopping until I get to Queens, right? So I get off the ramp, and I pull over. They be like, "You been drinking?" I be like, "I had about one." I always say about one, you know. But I was drinking, and then they checked. It was like, "Oh, you?" I was like, "With your license?" I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot my license. Whatever it was, I had forgot it or whatever it was." And they was like, "We can't let you drive this car." I was like, "All right." And then they say, so I park it and I pretend to walk away. They drive off. I go back in my car, drive the fuck home.
That's it?
That's it. But they should have arrested my ass.
Oh shit.
Dude, one time I came through the toll, toll, I had a beer in my lap. I had a Heineken, a 22-ounce Heineken. And the toll person, the booth is up here. So they were like, "What's that?" I was like, "Please don't take my car." They said, "Give me that shit." I gave it to him. I went home. So
I got arrested once and locked up down at the Jersey Shore for hit and run. I was what happened was I was drinking, playing drinking games down at the shore, was going to a club, sideswiped the car, parked in a crosswalk. I go outside to smoke a cigarette, and I see a bunch of cops by my car, and they're trying to jimmy it in, trying to jimmy at the lock to get. So I go over. I'm like, "Can I help you guys?" And they're like, "Are you the owner of this vehicle?" I was like, "Yeah." And then I know, as I'm saying that, I could see the paint from a car that I hit. I didn't realize I hit because I was hammered. Okay. And he asked me, "Do you give this officer permission to take your car?" I said yes. They put the cuffs on me, put me in the back of the car, drove me down to the station. I got to make one phone call. I called my uncle who lived in Jersey. He knew the sergeant on duty.
Everybody knows a sergeant on duty.
That is so Jersey.
That's a fucking white guy thing. That's what that is.
I had one of those too.
I had to come back and pay a fine, but I mean, I'll take the fine over time in jail or anything like that, or get my license taken away.
Yeah, I had a bad night. I had a bad night one time. I was driving with a suspended license. I had a brand new car, suspended license, 13 points. My best friend's in the car next to me, and it's his buddy and his buddy's girlfriend. And I whip into this bar, a big parking lot in the front. I was driving a little fast, but I saw a cop behind me, so I'm like, shit, like I'm pinched. Right. So we stay inside for a beer. And then I say, you know what? I'm going to be safe about this. I gave the keys to the girl. I said, look, you drive. I'll be in the passenger seat. And then my buddies are in the back. As soon as we pulled out, the fucking lights went on. So he was hiding behind a billboard trying to catch me. Puts the light in here. And he's like, you were driving before, right? I said, nope, I was not driving before. And he goes, I saw you drive. I go, no, sir, I can't drive. I have a suspended license. So he goes,
Shaggy would say, it wasn't me.
Yeah. I hate your fucking guts so bad. So he asked the girl, right? He asked the girl what her name was, and her name was like Mary. And she goes, my name is Sharon. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, right? Because she gave the cop her sister's name because she thought she had a warrant, but she didn't have a warrant.
Her sister had a warrant?
She was confused and thought she had a warrant, but she didn't, right? So now the cop is fucking, he's pissed, right? Lets us go, and now we're drinking all fucking night. Now I'm nervous. I wanted to get home, right? And I'm sobered up. My buddy's like, yo, let's go get some 40s so I can, have them when I'm home. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I stop at the liquor store, and he puts one down right on the floor, takes the other one, drops it, fucking thing explodes all over the front of my car, in the passenger seat floor. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm like, what? Just get the fuck out of my car. Like, get the fuck out of here now. So now I'm driving. My car reeks of beer. Just reeks of fucking beer. I'm literally 5 minutes from my house. I'm going on the bridge. Boom, fucking lights come on again.
It wasn't the same guy, right?
This is 20 miles away. Totally different area. I'm by my house now. And fucking lights go on. I'm like, now I'm done. Now I'm done. Opens up the window, and he goes, license register, all this shit. He goes, you've been drinking tonight? I go, no, sir. Here's the story. My friend got in the car. He was inebriated. I'm the designated driver tonight. He dropped his beer in here. It exploded. If you want to come over, please feel the floor. You can feel the floor that it's wet. I'm telling you the truth. I'll take the test, whatever you need to do. Fucking guy just walked around the front. He opened the door and felt it. And he goes, I'm going to follow you home and make sure you're going home.
Did he follow you home?
He fucking followed me until I pulled into my driveway. Yeah.
Oh, see, that's a good man.
Didn't run my license, didn't run anything.
Hey, let's get back to Kareem for a second, okay? Kareem, you were on Flatbush Misdemeanors.
Yeah.
And you played, of all characters, Kareem. Okay. You played Kareem, who's the alpha male of the group. How was your experience on that show? Do you have any funny stories, interesting behind the scenes stories? Because you had a really amazing cast, of comics who were on that show, between Dan Perlman, I think Dan Soder did a guest appearance, and Yamanika was on that, and just a whole bunch of people who we all know. So
Kevin Iso,
tell us, Kevin Iso, tell us a little bit about working on that show.
Oh, that was dope, man. It was actually the first show I've series I've ever been on, right? Like on a TV show consistently.
You were a recurring character for 2 seasons, right?
Yeah, for 2 seasons. I did like 6 episodes the first season, 7 the second season. So it was, I was pretty there, but it was dope because honestly we got to be us, right? And it's comics running. So they're
Dan played Dan, Kevin played Kevin,
Kevin,
played Kareem.
They're pushing us towards our strengths, right? Instead of when you go do a role, you gotta be whoever the fuck they want you to be, or do whatever. Nah, you just be the funniest you kind of that you were. But also the character that it was. I kind of created the character because of it's just an extension of me, whatever. But
did you have to audition, or did because
I was in the web series.
That's right, because Dan and Kevin originally did that for JFL. Right?
No, they just did it. They put it in the film festival, and that's when it got
some buzz.
Yeah, got the heat.
Right.
Before that, they brought it to different people. The networks or whoever it was. We don't get it. But as soon as such a bandwagony ass group, right? Just the sheep or whatever. So once the film festival raved about it, all these different places. Now, what's the name is raving about it? Was it now the TV shows? Oh, let's look at that thing you said you had, right?
Yeah, was it from Just for Laughs where it's got the heat, and because all of a sudden Showtime just picked up and said we want to order a season, right?
I don't know about Just for Laughs. I just know that because I wasn't a part of the shopping it process, but I didn't know about the process. I know they was going to film festivals, but I was trying to, I was working in comic, right? So I'm, doing shows or whatever, so I couldn't make those things all the time. So what happened was they were shopping it. They were doing great in film festival overseas. It was like in Greece somewhere, Amsterdam. It was like other places out the country. Rave reviews is popping, and then this is during the pandemic. When the pandemic came around, we was in the pandemic. I got a call. They was like, "Yo, well, first I saw it on Facebook, but they got that we've been picked up, a deadline or whatever that shit is. We got picked up. It got picked up, and I didn't even know if I was gonna be on it. Because you know how you could be in the exception of things, and they just we want to go with a big name, whatever. So they gave me the call. I did what I had to do, and they said, let's do it. But when we on the set, it was real dope, as I said, because we got to be ourselves, and the improv got to let us improv, and and I'm worried that the next set I get on, it ain't gonna be that dope because I knew everybody on that set, and they're comics, so they get the humor, and they wrote it.
So you were comfortable right from the beginning?
Oh yeah, I was comfortable, from the because we know everybody. And then I'm seeing, oh shoot, what's up, man? The people you see in the club, you go, oh shoot, you on tonight? Oh yeah, I got this show, So it was dope. It was a dope moment, and it was real dope about it too. Kevin, Dan, I don't know what other people did this, but they put so many comics on the show. So many. Hold on,
They
let me
did.
look my
Now,
notes.
did you from that got you into SAG?
Yes.
It did. Okay.
My bad. I got, hold on.
Go take a shit or something. Eh, okay. So Sean, we just see like a lot of your face right now.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, 'cause I'm on my
It's
phone. My
it's
laptop.
a lot of face.
I know my laptop's dead because when I did the show from the living room the last time, I left it unplugged, and I'm a little high. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little high right
Yeah,
now.
no shit.
And
You said that Eddie's kicking
I
it.
forgot to plug my laptop in. So
there you go.
I
That's
could
what's
tell you
up.
was on your phone by the way it was doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you on your bed. I was like, man, I should have, because that's what I was gonna do. I was like, I'm gonna lay in my bed and just do this interview. But I was like, nah, I don't want to do all that. I'm professional.
And see, you're a good man, Kareem. You're a professional, unlike Sean.
I want him to think I don't give a fuck about his podcast. You take things personally, and I don't know.
Do you want to continue acting?
Oh hell yeah! Oh, that I
like
love
it.
Honestly, comedic acting, right? I like because my stand up is pretty much, if you look at my stand up, it's just little scenes. Like people like, I got this joke. No, these are scenes, like scenes of my life, scenes of situation that happened. That's what I'm
storytelling.
But yeah, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? This is what happened. This is what happened. Boom, boom. Or if this happened, this happened. So it's little scenes, and I'm physical. So that's where I flourish and I grow and I feel more comfortable. And when they cut the camera on, I like doing that. I like doing it.
Can you do accents?
Not real. You know what? I do them, but awful, but funny. Like, so it's like that's bad. But
can you do a British accent?
Huh?
Do a British accent.
Okay. Have you seen any birds? That's what they say. Get any birds?
See, Jeff can't do accents, but Jeff does great impressions. Everybody that he works with, like big actors, he does great impressions of. Why don't you do your Pacino for Kareem?
You want to hit my Pacino?
Yeah,
how long you been doing it? I've been doing it for 50 years.
I'm too high for this shit.
But I didn't say you said Pacino. Okay, that's Bill Pacino. That's Al.
I thought you was clearing out your throat.
that's Bill Pacino, Al Pacino's brother, who was jealous of Al Pacino because he's not as good an actor.
Al Pacino with laryngitis.
Hey, did you ever have to since that show, or during the show, have you ever gone out and auditioned? And when you do audition,
I've been auditioning before that show.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, we've been auditioning.
So how do you audition, man? What do you do? Do you get nervous? You don't seem like the type of guy that gets nervous of stuff. I get nervous. How do you prepare?
First of all, I try to. The problem is sometimes I look at the thing and I'm like, okay, I think this is what they want to see, and that's just the wrong thing to do. Do what you think it is. Instead of what they want. Because trying to think what they want is horrible because they don't know what they want. They never know what they want until they see it. So you sell them what you want to sell. And pretty much that was the character that Kareem character. That's as I said, that's a part of me, right? So all he was seeing me in a little older, funnier way, right? So my auditions, I just try. I notice whatever ones I got, because I've done some commercials or whatever. So the ones that I've gotten, it always was when I was just doing me, like taking the lines and be like, whatever it is, instead of trying to say it all proper. Well, if we want to do this today, instead of that, like, nah, if y'all want to do this today, whatever it is, put me into it. So that's right. The only thing, that I feel. I don't get a lot of, you know what I'm saying? I don't always get them, but when I did get them, it was me being me.
You get nervous doing the auditions though?
The auditions live, yeah. Sometimes I like the video. I love those. I don't like the live ones because live.
I disagree with that. I prefer live because I think you get more direction. I think it's more interactive.
First of all, Jeffrey. This is not a debate. Fuck you mean you disagree?
No, I'm just saying.
I disagree with that.
I
It
like
wasn't a debate.
No,
It wasn't
I
to
like it
agree with.
better.
You asked me what I like. This is what I like.
I know that.
It ain't that about it. But that's the culture we live in now. Everybody thinking, I'm gonna get a little pushback.
You see what I deal with every week, man? You see what I deal with?
What you say? Yeah. You got to just like, no, that's just how I do it, and that's cool. How do you like it, Jeffrey?
This is fucking Kareem.
I like him.
Everyone likes Kareem. That's the problem.
He picks on you like I do.
Everybody likes Kareem Green. He's everybody's good buddy, you know. And I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad.
Please, man. Everybody love you, Jeff. Cut it out.
No, I just think I need to take I'm good at taking direction, you know, and that's why I think sometimes when you do get the sides and you have to self video, I think sometimes it's like I always have questions, you know, like you say you don't care what they want. I'm the exact opposite. I care what they want. I want to know, like, what are you looking for here? You know, I have questions about the character. I'll do my interpretation of it, but I want to know what this character is. You know, I think sometimes the sides are very, very limited.
The breakdown of what the person is, right?
Correct.
I don't not want to give them what they want, but I'm not trying to think about what they want. You know what? I mean, I want to see the character. Oh, he's this kind of. All right, I kind of get it, but and it's enough. But the thing is, in my mind, I realize what they want is, even when you see some shit, you ever see some shit that say Kevin Hart like, or
Al
Pacino like. Well, go get fucking Al Pacino. Go get Kevin Hart.
The problem is they can't afford those guys.
Well, then stop asking for other people. Yeah. Stop asking other people to be like these people. You know what I'm saying? That's a sign of a person or people who tell you they don't really know what they want. I mean, I guess they're trying to give you a description of the type of energy, but for the most part, I'm like, if that's what you want, you should go get that. When I look at the stuff, I just try to put me in it. That's why I say, like, and I read it for what I think it is and add whatever I add to it, because I think if I show them something that they think is dope, they'll keep that instead of me trying to show them what I think they want. You know, like I seen this guy say this. I watch these podcasts, right? Jay Shetty. He said this about people. Period. He said he's like, I'm not what I think I am. He said, I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. Do you get that?
That's fucking deep.
Yeah. It's like I am.
Sean, you're so high right now. You think cat spelled D-O-G. You think that's deep.
No, for real. I am. And that's how people are. And that's what you're saying. I'm trying to be what I think you want me to be. I am what I think you
got it right. You got it right.
Yeah. So and that's that thing too, right? So I try not to do that. I try to just be what I am. And because one thing you don't want to be is famous for not being yourself.
See, I was lucky though. Like, I was in 2 movies and I never had to audition. They were just like, I have this little part for you. All right, cool. And I just walked in, read the lines, and did it. Like, I'd be fucking terrified having to go into audition because, like, I'm a dude. That's how I'm just a regular dude. But like, if I was reading lines, I would turn to Shakespeare. Like, I would just be doing it all over, like the exact opposite of what you were doing. I would be totally fake. I would not be myself at all. I'd be doing like fucking Romeo and Juliet and shit.
But that's what I was doing too, and I still fall into that shit. Like, you know, sometimes every time I get it, I'm like, okay. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, what? Okay, how do they want this? Then I gotta shake my no. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I like the camera, because the camera gives me time to adjust back to me. Because when I get it, you know, I want it. You want it, so you just want to kiss their ass and give them what they want. But I feel like I've had more success when I was being more of me, and that's in everything. Like, you be more you, then that's the process of when I'm auditioning.
How about when you're thinking about, like, you know, further down the line in your career, and you know you're getting called in to do some acting roles, and it's based on a real person. Okay, so now it's like, you know, now you have to play a different person. Like I think a guy who's very underrated, and he's had a lot of success, is a guy like Jamie Foxx. When we talk about like great actors, and here's the reason why. Yeah, I do think he's underrated because when people list like the top 10
he's never
actors, yeah, I don't think he ever makes those lists. And I think when you look at like what his career is, as he started out on in Living Color, he was a singer, a stand-up, and then he acts. And then when you look at how he portrayed Ray Charles,
Oh, he killed
I
it.
mean, it's like I think the guy is off the charts talented.
Yeah, uber talented.
And right. So how he
Great
jumps,
storyteller.
into like who he is, and then can just be completely different.
Right.
And I think that is where the art of this comes in.
Yeah. I think that's dope. I haven't gotten there yet, and I don't even know if I want to go there. You know what I'm saying? Not yet. I definitely want to just do maybe some light dramatic, but comedic acting. That's what I want to do. I want to be the funny guy and stuff, foolish guy and stuff. I want to be or something like deep, but not deep the whole way through, like a deep moment, but not. I don't want to be fucking. I mean, dramatic the whole way through. Maybe having moments though, something like that. And I think I had one in the show too. It was a little comedic though, but it was still on a little more dramatic a bit. But I don't think I don't know if I want to go into that great actor thing. I don't know about that. I know where I want to stay in it because I still love stand up. And I like, you know what I'm saying? I always want to be able to come back. And also when you do
It'll always be there.
huh?
Is that the one thing about stand-up? It'll always be there.
This is the thing. When I was doing that show, my stand-up was suffering. I was trying to do them both. You can't, you can't, it's just the timing, delivery, it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's different. You know what I'm saying? When the energy, because comedy, boom, up, bam, boom, acting is, you're more in the pocket, you're more in
Right.
the pocket.
Is there anyone in comedy or TV that you want to work with that you haven't yet? Whether it be someone to go open for, work with, act with.
I'm sorry. I just don't look up to nobody. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, that's fine,
I
man.
don't. I really
See,
don't.
that's what makes you,
I don't look.
and you know,
I
and,
like people. And if I work with them, it'll be dope. But I'm not looking to work with nobody, right?
right.
Like if I'm on a TV show or on a anything with an Al Pacino or Stallone or the people I grew up watching, I'd like to do that, but I'm not like I would love to work with this person. I would love to work with it. I'm not really that. I'm not really just like when they say like like some people watch the comic and it was like, oh, when I seen blah blah blah, I knew I wanted to do comedy. That wasn't my story. I never
Really.
comics that made me want to do. I know I used to watch comedy, right?
Who'd you watch when you were growing up?
Uh, the basics: Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Damon Wayans, George Carlin. Uh, who else? Those are the main guys. Sam Kinison.
I'm just gonna say, I
Yeah,
could see you liking Kennison and
yeah,
Dice.
yeah. Well, yeah. I was young too. I was just like, yo, like, and it was the one joke he did. And I'm talking. This is junior high school, right? So I'm talking seeing Kennerson, HBO. He had that joke about the Africans. He was like starvation. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm not trying to make fun of him. He's like, come here, let me show you. You know what this is gonna be? You know what this is? This is dirt.
This is
It's gonna be
sand.
You know what's
You know
gonna
it's
be
gonna be
here?
100 years from now? It's gonna be
It's
sand.
gonna be fucking dirt. It's gonna be fucking dirt. That shit was so funny to me. And I was young, right? And I was dope. And then there was Damon Wayans. Those are the two people I actually saw for kind of. Right? Eddie Murphy was dope too. I didn't get into Pryor till later, but like Eddie Murphy was my thing. I seen Damon Wayans on HBO, and I think Damon Wayans don't get all the props he deserves, but he's underrated. But either way, yeah, those are the guys that I saw. But when I got into the clubs, my guy who I ain't gonna say look up to. I say who set the bar for me? JB Smoove.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
And he
he
plays basically himself on Curb. And he
yeah,
kills it.
yeah. But when he did when he was doing stand up, when he was just doing stand up, and people when they're just doing stand up, they're a different animal when they're acting and doing stand up, right? Because normally when you start acting, the stand up kind of falls off because you know the stand, you got to remember lines and whatever, and and the money, you know what I'm saying. So either way, stand up. When I saw him first, I seen Tony Roberts. Then I seen him. I seen Tony Roberts like, God damn, that's the funniest. And then he was. Then I seen JB Smooth like the week after, and I thought there was nobody funny when I seen Tony Roberts. When I seen JB Smooth, it was lights out. I'm talking stomach hurt. I mean, my stomach was hurting. Like the whole thing, like this is ridiculous. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's that level where you like, this is the level. I don't want to be like him, but I said this is the level that I want to make people laugh at. Like the type of comic you want to. Well, some people want to be the applause rate comic. Some want to be the brilliant comic. I want to be the hilarious guy. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of when you laughing, your throat hurt. You're like, okay, yeah. That's joy, right? Even though I have dark, like they would say, considered dark humor, but that's the laughter I want to invoke, right? Other people want be smart comedy or whatever, and there's nothing wrong with none of that. But I just know, and I got some of that in my shit too, thoughtful stuff. But for the most part, I just like to be smart yet silly. You know what I'm saying? Silly, fun, find that fun in comedy, right? And JB Smooth was the one that showed it to me. He'll do a joke for 5 minutes, yo. One joke, 5-10 minutes. Same joke over and over again. I mean, so he set the bar of the type of laughter that I want to reach, But I also still love the other guys like Chappelle, Billy Burr, all of them.
You could hear, like, going back to like the very beginning of this interview about jobs, and then the way you were just talking about comedy here, you can feel the real enthusiasm and excitement that this still, you've been at this for what, over 20 years, and it hasn't, the excitement is still there. The fire is still there. It is really still, it's still like, it's your passion. You could see this is what you really love, as opposed to selling insurance.
I wasn't actually selling insurance. I was in the print shop of it. If you want to get into the details of the book, I was selling. I was doing. When I first came into college, I made business cards. I was like, yo, you want to? I'll do business cards for you for like $30. Matter of fact, somebody sent me my business card that I made from years ago. It was hilarious.
I still have it.
Huh?
I still have business cards.
Yeah, from when
I've never given them all away.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I had one. Somebody sent me, so I guess they found it in their album. They sent me a picture of that shit. I was like, wow, this is terrible.
Hey, the name of this show is called Who's Your Band, and we haven't spoke a drop of music. Who do you listen to, man? Who's your favorite band, artist, song? What kind of, where do you stand musically?
Honestly, I'm moody. I'm a Cancer. I'm moody. So it depends on what mood I'm in. You know what I'm saying? So I was telling you, Maroon 5, that I love them. Hip hop, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, all Nas, all the inspirational, J. Cole. But the newer music of hip hop is not really. I'll if I'm in a club, like at a show or whatever, it's fine. But I would never hunt it down. I would never play it myself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just not it's not dance music and it's not inspirational. Even though back in the days, the music that they used to play, hip hop and musical, and it's all music, right? It had some feeling to it to me. Now it doesn't have as much feeling all the time. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it does have a feeling, but I'm not connected to that feeling. Basically, I'm not gonna say that. So, like, I want to hear music that makes me want to dance. I like Beyonce, Rihanna, Megan. What's this girl name?
Megan Thee Stallion.
I like Megan Thee Stallion, but no, Megan Trainor.
Megan,
Megan
really?
Trainor. I like Megan Trainor.
Yeah, really? Wow.
Megan Trainor. Yeah. These other guy, one of them Jonas Brothers.
Joe Jonas?
Huh?
Joe Jonas?
He got one of this song called I Get Jealous. I like that song.
Nick Jonas.
Nick Jonas.
Yeah. So there's no one people I like. Like now I'm into Afrobeats. I don't know if you're into Afrobeats. Afrobeats, I'm into that now. Sometimes I like reggaeton. You know what I'm saying? So I just like a lot of good, pick me up music, and then sometimes there's music that where I go, there's music like 50 Cent. I heard a song from him. It's called "Are You Ready to Win? Come join the winning circle" or whatever. And it's kind of slow, it's melodic, but the words he's saying are focused. I'm disciplined. I'm ready. Mentally on point. Sharp as a machete. Hard work. I work hard. I get the job done. There's only one number one, nigga. I'm number one. And just lines like that that's good workout music.
I was just going to ask you. When you're working out, you're listening to 50 Cent and like hip hop.
Yeah. Anything that's hard.
Right.
Look, I don't know. I think I'm the last man left. No disrespect to y'all. Well, he seems like he got something there. I'm not sure about you. I'm not sure about you, Jeff. But he sure seems like he still got some man in him left. What I mean by man.
Wait. Are you saying I don't have man left in me?
I mean, this is what I mean by men turning into this thing, turning into women's thoughts. Men having women thoughts.
I have fucking women's thoughts.
Okay. No, I think here's an example. Like, I would never wear a fanny pack, and Jeff would contemplate wearing one.
Never. You know me for how long?
Whoa,
I am not wearing a fanny pack.
Whoa! You're losing me, Sean. You're losing me. Yeah, I got a fanny pack right over there. With 18 zippers on it, 14 pockets on that little motherfucker.
Okay. I don't drink craft beer.
No, not that stuff. I mean, just like talking about gender pronouns, like stopping.
When do I ever talk about gender pronouns?
Somebody for talking, like, you know what I'm saying? Just be like, oh, just being timid and shit. I don't know. It's just like a timid bunch of people. Like, well, you can't say that. Like, anybody who says you can't say that.
When have I've never said that.
Okay, well then you're not, Jeff. I said you might.
Wait, but even when you and I talk, we were together last night. We were hanging out. Okay, when did I ever say gender? Hey, listen, man. Okay, I've never said that. I was like, today I want to be referred to as they. I've never bought into that bullshit.
No, I don't think that what you would say about you. You'd be like, no, you mean they? Like, you correct somebody else. You'd be like, that's your girlfriend? Yes, they are my girlfriend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some type of weirdo shit like that. That's just weirdo shit to me. All you're doing is fucking creating weird confusion with all you're doing is creating confusion with communication when you do shit like that.
Exactly.
See, my pronouns are fuck and off.
Fuck, word up. That's it. I don't even, when I see somebody with my pronouns on their thing, I either unfollow them or I delete them. I don't even.
This isn't a person for you.
With that type of brain. Yeah. I just feel like that means I ain't going, because I feel like there's an attack on manhood, right?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
A person like that, just like this toxic masculine, everything is man. And that's ridiculous. Yes, men have we have issues, but so do women. There's no, we're on this earth together. Ain't no one fucking gender fucking the whole world up. That's stupid. That's ridiculous. We both doing shit wrong. But it seems like they're only noticing us. So, or pointing out us, or even it's mansplaining, shit like that. I'm like,
let's say if my wife ever said, that word to me, mansplaining, I'd very calmly call my lawyer and say, start the divorce papers. And then he would say why, and I would say, well, my wife just used the word mansplaining, and then he would say no more. I understand.
He'd say less.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, because it'd be stuff like that actually cuts off communication, because what they're trying to do is pigeonhole us into man slavery. That's what they're trying to do, make us docile.
They are. I agree with that. Sure. Kareem, are you a football fan?
Yeah, but I haven't been watching a lot of stuff lately because once I started comedy, I lost a lot of. I just was comedy, right? And I never really. I know some of the stuff, but yeah, I'm a Giants guy though.
Okay.
Oh, so you don't do the fantasy football thing, Kareem?
Oh no.
I always say. They ask me every year. I say no, I can't do it. You know why? Because I like pussy.
Yeah. I got that thing called a life.
Yeah. We do this New York Comics League thing. We have we have guys like some of them are New Yorkers. We have Lawrence LaLoche is in it, and Gordon Baker Bone is in it. I mean, they're really big time play. Kenny Warren was in it for a couple of years. He's no.
So basically, like you're just comics hanging out, like not at a comedy club.
Richie Byrne, yeah.
Betting on
Vincent James. Yeah, we will. We'll hang out and
that sounds fucking terrible.
And y'all be betting, right?
It's not terrible. But no, my
I don't want
point
to talk to comics when I'm at a show, let alone
hold on. I don't want to talk about fantasy football. I wanted to go back to what Kareem was talking about, toxic masculinity, and it's like they try to like football is a violent game played by violent people, and they want to kind of like take that away. Like they want to take away the enthusiasm of it. They want they want to kind of like they want
a lot of fun. They want to steal our fun.
They want to take away the fun. That's why NFL stands for No Fun League.
I saw a video the other day. It was like they were showing some hits from like the Pittsburgh Steelers in the late 70s, and they were like, you could not even come close to getting away with playing football like that these days.
Well, that's right. That's right. I mean, you can't play
basketball was rougher too.
Oh, in the 90s?
Everything was
in the 80s and 90s? Then those Knicks Bull series?
The Detroit Pistons.
Oh, yeah, they heard Detroit beat you. Detroit will beat you up.
Well, you saw the dance, right? Michael Jordan thing, right? Jordan says he had to go to the gym, work out because he was getting his ass kicked. He had to get more physical.
Isaiah, they was coming for them. They was coming for them.
Bill Laimbeer wouldn't even fuck around. Like he wouldn't be trying to like sneak it around. He would just run down the court and punch you in the face. Like he would literally just try to knock you the fuck out.
But you knew who was like a strong guy, and he was a good player, but he was tough as nails. Rick Mahone was great, Canarsie High School, but I'm talking a guy like Joe Dumas.
I loved him.
Great player, but tough as nails.
Tiny shorts.
Right.
But the thing is, the point is though, like it feels like that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to not allow us to be us while they get to be them, and that's a problem. And the problem with that is, when you suppress people's emotions, they explode in an unhealthy way. And mostly men's are violent. Women's are, I don't know, it's a little different. Women's are what theirs is, but I know men's can be violent though. You know what I'm saying? When we don't get to express ourselves, people start to, it comes out in a rough way. Either we kill ourselves or we kill everybody else. If you don't allow people to be them, so it's just not a healthy thing to do. But we were talking about bands.
We were. I don't know how we got into this, but we were. But also, do you like any? I mean, you're the other day you said you were into Bruno Mars, who I still think is really good, man. I think he's really good, and he has that side project, right, Sean?
Silk Sonic.
I want to go to his.
They're good
concerts. I got to catch that. I want to go to a Bruno Mars concert. I want to go to a who's this other guy? Because I haven't been to too many. I actually went to Cypress Hill. I think I took Cypress Hill.
You tell me that, yeah.
KRS-One was there, and I can't remember the band and the name of the other band, but they was first. But it was cool. And other than that, I don't know if I ever been to any other concerts other than probably Brian McKnight. And that was way back in the days when Beyonce and Destiny's Child was
Destiny's Child.
Up. Yeah, they was Destiny's Child, and they was opening up for Brian McKnight.
Oh my God, man! What was that? Early 2000s?
I have no dates in.
No, it's probably late 90s.
Probably.
Wow, Beyonce's been around that long.
I wasn't even doing comedy then, I think. Huh?
I said Beyonce's been around that long. Holy shit!
Oh yeah. She was in the group.
Great concert. I saw her live once. She was fucking amazing.
They all start at what do you call it? They all start like the ones who start really young like that. They always end up pretty like that's the like Tiger Woods, Chappelle, Beyonce. I don't know who else. They all started like 9. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Justin Timberlake,
Yeah, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah. Bieber.
All of them are awesome right now. Because that level of training and time, you ain't got nothing to do but be great. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they have plenty of time to make mistakes, feel it out, and by the time they figure it out, they're like in their early 20s. when some people are just getting started doing it.
You know the funny thing? You ever watch? I be looking at artists sometimes and be like, they're only 32 or something. Like, because you've been watching them since they were so young.
Yeah.
And you, for some reason, you would think they would be older, but no, you were older. So you were young too, but they didn't seem that old. But either way, you just would think they would be older, but they're not. Even
Well, did you ever watch Sanford and Son?
Oh, that's my favorite sitcom ever. That's the greatest. No, let me see. What's his name?
Red Fox.
Red Fox. Red Fox, to me, that's the greatest comedic character I've ever seen, to me, because he was tough, he was scared,
and he was fast.
He was greedy, and he was honorable. He was all of the emotions, right? Like,
and you know what? He was, and the other thing you're leaving out, he was unapologetic because the back and forth between him and Aunt Esther, played by LaWanda Page, we talk about this all the time, is one of the most underrated side characters in any sitcom, because she was just hysterical. She was a scene stealer.
Oh, she used to give
Aunt Esther.
That was beautiful. She used to
every time she was on screen, she was great.
Oh yeah, she used to give them, and she was a pretty dope on the stage too.
That's right. That's right.
I never seen her stuff, but
you can go on YouTube and watch it. But going back to what you were saying about age, when you look at Red Fox, he was only supposed to be like in his 50s. Okay, that's like Gino Bisconti now.
He was in his 50s when he did the
yes.
Oh yeah, because he was old as shit.
Wilford Brimley in Cocoon was in his 50s.
He had the full gray hair.
He had the full gray hair.
Full gray hair. He played that role. He had the walk.
Because about 17 years later, he does Harlem Nights.
Yeah. Yeah.
And still, if you look at the Golden Girls, right? The mother, Sophia, she was the youngest one out of the whole thing.
Yes, I heard it. Yeah, she was the youngest. That was a dope show too. I love that show.
It's a great show.
That was a dope show. There was some good shows, but that's how I would like to have. I don't know. Shows ain't like that no more.
No, it's not. I mean, I remember I was watching an interview. It was with Carl Reiner, and they asked him what his two favorite TV shows were, and he said it's easy. It's Family Guy and it's South Park. And they said, why is that? He goes, because no one else will have the balls to say something like they do with a cartoon.
Yeah, that is dope. They got a pedophile on Family Guy. They got a pedophile on Family Guy.
And everyone laughs at it. It's like it's funny stuff.
A pedophile with the dog. His dog got dead legs. His dog, you know see his dog?
Yeah.
His dog, like the back legs don't work or something. He just be sliding.
Yeah. He's a cripple.
Yeah. It's a hilarious. That one. Yeah, South Park, hilarious. It was having sex with the devil.
This hour went by so fast.
Oh wow!
Yeah, man. You were great. Tell our audience where they can find you and what you got coming up.
Kareem Green 21 on Instagram. Kareem Green 20. Actually, Kareem Green 21 on Facebook. That's where you need to find me. That's where I mostly be.
Okay. And you're all over the place.
Kareem Green 8 on TikTok. Yeah. So those are the places I'll be at. And show wise, I don't got my calendar in front of me.
But you're in the city every night.
My album. But that's not what I want them to see. What I want them to see is, well, actually, if you're in Jersey, I'm doing a show. What's it? December 9th in Bayonne. It's called At Mr. C's. I think it's Saturday, December 9th in Bayonne.
December 9th is a Friday.
That's a Friday. Friday, December 9th in Bayonne. That's in Jersey because I was Jersey. But I mean, this goes everywhere.
And who you with?
It's me, Stephanie McCrae. And there's one more. I don't know who they got on it yet. But I'm doing that show. But other than that, I got my album that I'm working on that's coming out. So,
this is gonna be your second album, right?
Oh yeah, my first album. No, yeah, my first. Well, this is a special because this is video and it's gonna be an album and everything, But my special is coming out. I don't know when just yet, but stay tuned. You can find it on KareemGreenComedy.com. That's my website. But I got a special coming out. I know I'm all over the place. I'm terrible at telling about my shit. But
listen, man, thank you so much for doing this. you know, this was a lot of fun. Love going down
Yeah, I agree, man.
memory lane,
It's
talking
great.
about
Yeah.
these TV shows and toxic masculinity and
Yeah,
all.
check out Flatbush Misdemeanor too. That. What was you saying, Sean? What you say?
I said it was great meeting you.
Oh,
I heard
yes,
your
sir.
name. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man.
Yes, that was fun. That was good. That was good.
All right, guys.
Adam needs to work on his social skills. Adam Holtz, you
The
need to
thing-
work on your social skills. You scream
the pro-
all the
the-
time.
Okay, in Adam's defense, right?
right?
Adam's been out in Utah for about, I don't know, about almost a month. He builds sets and like TV sets. So like if you ever watch Entertainment Tonight, he built that set. Or like local TV news shows and stuff like that.
Well, that's
he
dope.
does that stuff. He does the LCD panels. So he just flew in, I think, this morning. Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
Adam is
You know, at
I'm
first
sure
I think
he's
you say he
sleeping
does
right now.
sex. I was like, what? He was like, he does sex. I was
He
like,
does not do sex.
He's in the bed on the other
Come
side right
on,
next to
have you seen him?
I was like, were you hoping that shit up as the OnlyFans?
I this is gonna sound weird, but if Adam had an Only page, I would sign up for it.
Over the OnlyFans?
I want that clip. I want that snippet, Adam, please. Can you
It'll just be
Kareem,
him putting
again.
up lights and shit.
Thank you so much, man. And I'm
Thank
sure
you for
I'll
having
see
me.
you in next week or something. All right.
All right, cool.
Be
I'll
well.
see you around town.
Sure, and I will see
Thank
you Saturday.
I
Yes,
appreciate it.
sir.
When is this coming out?
Well,
We're about a
see.
month behind.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we
Next
have a
month.
couple episodes that's lined up,
Will
but
it be before December 9th?
I'll send you the link and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, guys. Take care. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, bro.
You're
Later.
welcome. Our pleasure.
Yeah.